Yeah. It's the Quis. Quis to the Don. Just doing a little planking. Now, boy, planking is hard work. A little out of breath. A lot of abdominal muscles needed, but welcome to yet another episode of Quis's Couch. It's been a couple of weeks since the last time I did an episode. Took a little vacation. Had to go back to my, dizzy. I might be getting too old for planking. Had to go back to my hometown of Buffalo, New York. Shouts out to the 716. Go see some family and regroup. Family can drive you crazy. Shouts out to the Wolfpack, but they can also set you back on track and recharge your batteries. So now I'm back in the Syracuse area, the Qouch. Shouts out to the 315, and let's get right to it. So first off, planking. You saw me beginning the episode of Quis's Couch planking. For those who don't know, if you've been living under a piece of wood, then planking, I first became aware of planking about a week, 2 weeks ago. It was a trending topic on Twitter, and I went and Googled it and found out that, if you go to YouTube, there are people all over the world planking. And the funny thing is, it actually supposedly started in slavery, where they would stack slaves on the slave ships, like planks of wood. They would lay them face down, arms to the side, and plank them and stack them like that so that they can enjoy that 4 to 10 month journey to America or wherever they would be shipped by being stacked like planks of wood. That being the case, there's no excuse for doing it, but if you were my friend on Facebook, you know that I love planking. I've done the trash can plank, the escalator plank. I planked on a railing at the mall, one story up. I mean, it's most things. It started in slavery, hip hop. The precursor to hip hop, Negro spirituals, coded music, most black cuisine came out of slavery. I mean, I'm not justifying it by saying, we enjoy things that come from slavery, but hell, America is the number one economic world power. It came from slavery, and we all enjoy the shit out of that. That being said, I don't think most people know that planking started in slavery. To me, though, I don't think it's that serious. I don't think I'm disrespecting the memory of slaves. I mean, I feel some type of way, but planking is fun. I'm sorry. Finding ways to lay down prone, finding creative ways to do it, to one up the next planker. I'm a competitive person. So sorry, my ancestors. I'm not honoring your memory better. But then I think you could argue a lot of jerking and jiggalance, and that harkens back to slavery. There's a lot of things that come from dark places, but what can you do? Speaking of slavery and a legacy, William Lynch letters. I have been married for a while, and if you're my friend on Facebook, then you know that my number one pastime is complaining. I do love my wife. Shouts out to Sharon. I love you, even though sometimes you drive me crazy, and I'm sure rarely I drive you like once a year, maybe 3 times I drive you crazy. Ladies, it's awesome to be married to me. So, the problem is this damn William Lynch. Now, Google William Lynch if you don't know about William Lynch and a Lynch letter. But to give you the crib notes, he basically was a farmer, I believe in the 1800s, who, or maybe even 1700s. He distributed a letter supposedly to slave masters that outlined a way to make sure that slaves not only would be more docile during slavery, but he wrote, if you follow my letter T, then you can guarantee the destruction of the black family for up to 100 years from this point. And so one thing that he outlined in his letter was the way to psychologically create a situation in which the black woman would be the head of the household and the black would constantly be a quote unquote rolling stone, an emasculated man boy who would not be able to be the masculine head of his household, according to that particular idealized family structure. Which I guess in European homes and other homes that might be a way to have a better traditional family. I don't know how many families actually have a man as the head of a household versus 2 breadwinners or a woman. I know that's not specific to the black family, but what William Lynch did, and since most black people come from slavery here in America, most black Americans, he basically said we're going to take one black man and we're going to tar and feather him and castrate him. The next black man, we're going to quarter him, tie his 4 limbs to 4 horses and rip him to pieces. And we would do this in plain view of all the slaves, in particular the mother and the 2 children, male and female. And what this would do was force the mother to teach her daughter to be the head of the household and to step up. And the boy would be taught to hide behind his mother in fear of being emasculated or destroyed by the white power structure. Again, I oversimplified, and it's pretty both straightforward and complicated. But how that relates to me is that, and I think a lot of black men could contribute, or excuse me, they could relate or contribute to this conversation. The fact that black women, because you're a double minority, and if you're a poor black woman, you're a triple minority, you all have a lot of bullshit heaped onto you, a lot of stress and pressure. You got to deal with misogyny, racism, classism. You're discriminated across the board. And what it has done is created this hardness, this coldness. After you all reach a certain point, you get out into the real world, it's like you just become hard. And then us black men, we're out there fighting the same evil world, but then it's like we come to that hardness, and it's like, it's like living with a cellmate sometimes. We're both just angry. It's hard to be poor and black in America and to try to be in a relationship and make it work. And anybody who out there that can relate to that, especially if you're a man, you know what I'm talking about. You basically go out there and give it your all, and the world laughs in your face like, come on, nigga. Really? Did you really think, what, Obama? You thought that was going to make a difference? Oh, silly little nigga. And then you just come home like, God damn, I got a college degree. My degree comes from the University of Buffalo, one of the top 10 technologically rated schools, research institutions in this country. I have a degree in English, believe it or not. I know sometimes words are a little garbled, but this degree in English should assure that I can go anywhere and get a job. Listen, we're in a recession, and I'm a writer at heart, and it's hard because I'll pretty much do anything. And I have this job that I left early because the manager, who's only like 3 years older than my daughter, was just so rude. And I hate unprofessionalism. Throws my check at me and, just talk to me like as if I'm not grown. Like, and I was just like, okay, you know what? I got to go. I need to go, I actually make more unemployment than I would working at my job. So, what does that say? But anyways, I digress. I'm going to hang in there, both, continue to struggle, relationships, but it's rough. It really is rough. And, I would love for somebody watching this to be like, you know what, let me go take this dude and produce this show professionally, send him out to Hollywood or New York. And, if you out there watching this and you've been watching this and posting this and, people or you yourself have resources. My man Tyler was supposed to send me some equipment. That was like 3 months ago. Kind of think I'm not going to get that. It would be nice, Tyler, if you could let me know what's going on. Send me something. I'm working with the most basic materials. I'm not begging, but I am asking for support. I'm going to do me regardless without support, but I sure as hell will be a lot more effective, to be professionally produced. But regardless, I'm going to still be the Quis, and I'm going to still do what I got to do. Speaking of what I got to do, earlier I was watching a video on World Star Hip Hop. Shouts out to World Star. And why do I give shouts out to these people? As if they're ever going to show me the... I've been posting all my videos on World Star Hip Hop. They try to show me the love. So I take that shot out to World Star back. There. It never happened. Same thing with Tosh.0. You ain't messing with me. So I'm not going to, I'm not messing with you, Tosh. I thought that whole racist thing was just, for show, but you might kind of really be a dick. So I'm not going to, sweat that. So anyways, so I was watching Lloyd's new video, and it's called Naked, and it has hot wings from Flavor of Love. No, Real Chance of Love. The VH1 show with the... Now, if you don't understand, okay, after the Surreal Life show with Flavor Flav, like 7 or 8 years ago, he then had the Strange Love with Bridget Nielsen, Red Sonja, and then that didn't work out. Who knew? 7 foot tall Amazonian white woman with little gnarled burnt gummy bear, Flavor Flav. That was a match made in heaven. Oops. So anyways, then they did the Flavor of Love. They did like 3 seasons. And then one of the women, New York, because they all had to rename these people, she had her own spinoff show. And two of the guys pursuing her were two brothers named Real and Chance. And they got their own spinoff show called Real Chance of Love. So Real Chance of Love, they are the cast-offs of a cast-off of a cast-off who was the mascot of one of the most potentially, politically influential hip-hop groups, Public Enemy. So what happened was Hot Wings is in this Lloyd video. It's X-rated and it's hot. She was named appropriately. Her booty was so chocolatey and round, and it had those little ripples. It was a real butt. Like, it was so low production, kind of like Quis' Qouch. So it wasn't like glossy or smooth like you might see in a Maximum Playboy. It was all ripply and real and textured. I just bite right into Hot Wings. If you watching this, I mean, I'm married, so that's all you get is a But boy, oh boy, that video is hot, and I liked it a lot. So check out that video when you get a chance. Lloyd naked. I couldn't even post it on Facebook or Twitter because, it's X-rated. And then finally, to my fellow nerds, list of all things pop culture, I recently saw Transformers 3D. Now, the second Transformers really pissed me off. The whole black girl robots with the reading is for suckers and the gold tooth. Why does a robot need teeth, first of all, and a gold tooth? Come on, man. Really? My baby? Come on. That was weak. Get that weak sauce out of my house. So Transformers 3, ironically, to go full circle in this conversation, the theme of Transformers 3 was slavery. How crazy is that? I just realized that right now. It wasn't even planned. I started off the video planking, and we're now, looking at the whole slavery aspect of Transformers 3. If you haven't seen it, basically an ancient Transformer. I don't want to give anything away because it was a good movie, but someone should have transformed it into a shorter movie. I felt like watching a documentary on, Cybertron. But the movie was good. It was good. It had a very strong theme of courage and overcoming the odds, and it was really a good movie. I felt like it almost erased the bad taste in my mouth that the second one left, and it was as good as the first one, if not better. So I liked it. I definitely give it a B- over a B+. The acting was great. I was talking to a guy at the comic book store today, and he was like, it was great acting. Interestingly enough, the acting came a lot of it from the robots. They really were the stars of the show, but it was overall, Shia LaBeouf always does a great job. He was kind of jerky, but ironically, he was at a place where, to college and saving the world twice. He was in a similar place that I am right now, looking for that really great job. So I could relate to that. His parents, as always, were hilarious. Miss May Fox, it's interesting that he had this new love interest, and he had this, it's my man Sin calling from the Underground Poetry Spot. Sin, I'm gonna call you back after finish this episode. But basically, as far as the Transformers was concerned, it was weird that he went to give it all and risk it all for this young lady that he had just met. Where Megan Fox was like his girl for 2 movies. So I don't know. I thought it was a little forced to have that love interest be someone that he able to, I'll die for her and I'll go into a invaded city for her. And it's like, really, you've only known her no more than a year, 7 months, and you're really so. Other than that, great movie, great effects. Tyrese did a great job. A lot of the guys who were in the movie. It was a good movie. It was a good, solid movie. I definitely recommend going to see it. I haven't seen Green Lantern yet. I'll probably wait for video because I'm a Marvel guy, obviously. But other than that, life is life. I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I'm not giving up. I'm actually going harder. When I begin to doubt myself, I'll have a hater post something on Facebook or somehow get word to me that, I'm still worthy of hating. So that encourages me to continue on. So haters, please keep coming, keep the hate going, because ironically, hate sustains me even more than love does. Love is like a meal, but hate is like fire in your belly. So please, haters, wherever you may be, even if I sleep next to you, keep it coming. Keep tearing me down, knocking me down, telling me I can't do it. If I have to be my own cheerleader, after the quarter is over, I'll go put on my Spankies and my skirt, my pom-poms and get it popping. All right, Qouch, I'm back, and I'm never leaving.